Hello everybody, this is Gwyneth Isaac speaking. It's night time and I've just come back from the market where, I have a market stall. And so there we go. Markets are interesting places. You get to talk to a lot of people and all different types of people. And of course I have all sorts of people come and buy stuff off my stall. I sell bric-a-brac and I sell cactuses. The cactuses that I propagate here on my farm. And, that's how I earn a living. I had somebody come by the stall today and he was an academic. He was an atheist and he was an anthropologist. And I said, well, that's very interesting. I'm very interested in Indigenous people groups. Although I'm a Christian, I disagree with a lot of the ways of how missionaries have operated in Indigenous communities all around the world. That it basically has resulted often in the genocide and the destruction of these communities and led to the deaths of the tribal members, and that's not ever right. We got into a bit of a discussion about God, and there's also somebody else on YouTube called the Skeptic, and I've been, commenting on things, on comments that he's made, and I just want to say something, okay? This universe was created by a good God. It's a beautiful universe. I love this universe. It's a beautiful planet that we live on. It's amazing. It's so intricate. And everything on this planet is encoded. Everything. There's nothing on this planet that is not encoded with genetic material or mathematical phenomena. That's just how everything's organised, is using codes. And where there are codes, there must be an encoder. Now, there is a good God who made this planet, who loves us all. He loves all of us. There's also a devil who is currently working very hard to destroy this planet. This was what I was wanting to tell this anthropologist today who came to my stall, but I couldn't get a word in edgeways. He was saying that he'd been asking religious people for answers and that he hadn't received any, and I was thinking to myself afterwards, well, maybe if he'd shut up and listen, then he would get some. But sometimes people don't actually want answers, they just want to vent. And I understand that, and I don't condemn him for that. But there is a good God. He made this planet. There's also a devil out of hell who hates the planet, hates all of us, is trying to kill the planet, and is trying to kill us. How hard is that to understand? God has given all of us a free will to choose what side we want to be on. Do we want to be on God's side or the devil's side? God has put a plan into place to restore this planet after the devil and the humans who have been cooperating with him have done such a wonderful job of killing it, which saddens me deeply in my heart. And central to this plan is the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. It's an alchemical, magical act that happened. Okay? Now, I've noticed that atheists have been getting on the track of, oh, well, the God of the Bible's wicked. Look at all the things that are described in the Bible, and the Bible's just like the Quran. Well, that's not true, because I'll tell you why it's not true. The Bible's an accurate record of historical doings, and some of those historical doings were done by bad people and are bad things. It doesn't mean that God approved of it. It just means that they happened. Now, God, He is everywhere. He is omnipotent. He is all-knowing, omniscient. But He did give human beings free will, because He didn't want a bunch of robots to worship Him. He already had angels who basically have to do what they're programmed to do, to be more or less spiritual robots. He didn't want a bunch of robots. He gave us a free will so that we could choose Him or choose the devil. How hard is this to understand? This is so easy to understand. This is all just common sense, normal stuff. Okay? So, people who have free will have the free capacity to be able to do bad things as well as good things. People and the devil do bad things to destroy the planet and individuals on it, and to do horrible things to whatever. Okay, this is all so simple. Please understand it. Please cry out to God and ask Him to explain to you what His plan is. Say, Jesus, I need to understand here if you really want to understand. But I have to tell you, there is a good God who loves you, and He's in heaven, and He sent His Son Jesus to die on the cross to undo all the bad karma that's been building up on this earth. That's what I wanted to say. I don't know how much clearer I can say it, okay? Jesus loves you. He is good. He made this planet. He made it a beautiful planet, and He's one day going to restore it. But you have to believe that He is. You have to believe that He made the world, and you have to believe that He is able to restore it. Okay? Now, God bless you all. We as believers who love God are not going to be here for much longer. We are going to be taken alive out of this world, according to what the prophecies say. All the precursors of the prophecy are pretty well lining up. And it's either going to be this September or next September that we're going to be taken out of the way. Alive up into heaven. Okay? If it's next September, then the vast majority of believers are not ready for that year. I'm doing my darndest to get ready for that year. And I would urge all believers to consider the possibility that we may be going home in September. I really, really hope that we are. But if we're not, you have to be prepared. You have to be like Joseph, prepared. Okay? And you have to be like Noah, prepared. And you have to be like Esther, prepared. Okay? I'm talking to my brother and sister believers here. Most of them are counting on going home in September. I really hope that we do, but if we don't, I'm preparing for that eventuality too. God bless you all. When we are all taken out of the way, the restrainers, those who really love God and are trying to do His will on the earth, to be good and kind and just and fair, and to really, to do the right thing by God and by all of our fellow humans. When we go out of the way, when we go up to heaven, then the world's going to be a very bad place, because it's our prayers that are restraining wickedness on this earth. Well, God bless you all. and you have a lovely evening, and I'll see you later.